Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Shannon, the girl who couldn't save, and today I'm bringing you another You Need a Budget tutorial. I'm going to show you how to set up your very first business budget in YNAB. So if you haven't set up a budget at all in YNAB, that's totally okay. You're going to be able to follow along in this video. If you've never set up any budget before in your business, this is going to be the best thing you could do for yourself, for your profit, for your business. And if you're intimidated at all by you need a budget, but you know your business needs a budget, just follow along with this video and see how simple and easy it can be. I'm really going to take you from the very first budget that they give you and then show you how to create your own business budget. All right, so what you're looking at right now is you're looking at what YNAB gives you as the very first sample budget. So when you create an account in YNAB, you create a new budget, it gives you this template. Now, a lot of this stuff is personal expenses. So you might be saying, well, Shannon, how is this going to work for me? And the truth is that a lot of personal expenses are very similar to business expenses. Well, over here, I have a business budget set up, right? And recurring monthly expenses, you also have those in your personal budget, and it's great that YNAB gives you that. So when it comes to something like immediate obligations, these are going to be things that you have to pay, and these are probably things that are going to recur monthly in your business. So let's take a look at what I have for a business budget. So recurring monthly in my business budget would be something like credit card interest. I'm paying that every month. I'm paying for an email provider like ConvertKit. Yours might be Kajabi, or it could be MailChimp if you're on the paid plan. It could also be website hosting, Squarespace, lead pages, Zoom, Acuity. Maybe you're in a membership right now that's helping you to build your business. And then I'll get to these other things later on. But right now, what I would do is I would create this very first category that you have right here, immediate obligations, and break that down into the things that you have to pay. Now, maybe you also have a brick and mortar business. So you are paying rent, you are paying electric, you are paying water. Any of us that run an online business, or any of us that run any business right now, needs to pay for internet, right? Things like that. Transportation might also be in there. So these are just the things that you need to pay for. So if there's other things, like say, for example, you sometimes hire contractors. Maybe you have a big launch and you hire a virtual assistant, you hire a graphic designer. Maybe you're also paying for a business coach right now. And you know, eventually you want to do something like Facebook ads. That does not go in this category right now. Really, what we're just looking for is the stuff you have to pay for your business to run. So I'm talking about if we had to cut all of the fat from your business, what are the things that you would be left with? So for example, right, I have an online coaching business, and in order for my business to run, I know that I need things like Zoom because I need to meet with my clients. I know I need things like ConvertKit in order to market to my audience. I know I need things like Squarespace to host my website so people can find me. I know I need things like Acuity to schedule client calls, right? These are like the bare bone things that I need in order for my business to survive. And they're things that I also pay for monthly. And you might be coming up with the other question, but Shannon, sometimes I'll pay for my Squarespace annually. Sometimes I'll pay for, that's okay. That's another lesson in You Need a Budget that I will eventually do a video on. But for right now, just break it down into how much it would cost you monthly to pay for that annual thing. YNAB has a excellent feature that is called goals, and it will actually break it down for you. But I want to keep everything simple right now for you. I want to keep everything easy. So what we want to do in this category that they give you when you open up your budget immediate obligations is to put in all the things you have to pay for monthly in order for your business to survive. And yes, I am just talking bare bones stuff right now, just the things you need. I want to keep this video as simple as possible for you. All right? So that's what we're going to need to know. What are the things you actually need to pay for your business to run? And I'm not talking about any of the other things. Like I said, we wouldn't include something like a business coach in here, or anything like a virtual assistant, a graphic designer. Just this is like an easy way to start out because it's like these are things you already know that are on top of your mind too. They're things that, not eventually a couple months from now, you're like, oh, wait, I forgot to budget for this. This is stuff you always, always know. All right. So that will go here in immediate obligations. All right. Now moving on to the second part. If you are feeling overwhelmed at this, don't. It's totally okay to be feeling a little overwhelmed, to be feeling like, oh my God, now I have to go through all of my credit card statements. I have to figure out how much I'm spending. I really just want to keep this so you just start doing it. That's all I want you to do is as you come along and you get more comfortable with YNAB, we can start doing the more advanced stuff. But for right now, I just want you to come up with the things that you're pretty sure you're paying for monthly. And as you go along, you will start to see more of the things that you actually are paying for. So in the true expenses category that YNAB gives you, these are the things where it's like, oh, wait, I do pay for these things too. And these are kind of the things that pop up from time to time throughout the year. And you say, oh, I forgot to budget for these things. So that's why it's okay if you don't know every single thing that's supposed to go in this category. You are going to figure that out as we go along. All of a sudden, you're going to be like, that's right. At my friend's birthday, I always go and I buy her dinner. Or let's say like once a year in your business, you and your team out for an annual celebration and you forget to budget for that. You forget to budget for Christmas gifts that you give your employees. Maybe you forget to budget for something simple like clothing. Maybe you have to buy new clothes to go to speaking events or engagements, right? Anything like that that's going to pop up, that's okay. It's going to pop up and great. We are going to put it into our budget. We're going to plan for it next year, but you're probably not going to get every single thing right in this, like today, this week, this month, maybe even this year. That's okay. You'll get there eventually. You'll get to the best budget eventually. But for right now, we just want to come up with what are maybe some of the other things in your business that you pay for? And maybe you don't pay for them monthly. Maybe you're not paying for them all the time. Maybe they're not things, your business needs to survive. So that's why I have this category over here. I call mine contractors and employees because this is something to me that I'm not paying for monthly, but when I have a big launch coming up, when I need to redesign sales pages, these are things that will just pop up from time to time when I'm like, yeah, I need to hire a virtual assistant for the next couple months because of this launch. Or I need to hire a graphic designer because I need all of these sales pages redone by the time we go into this launch, right? So these are these things that just pop up from time to time. So go ahead and create this category right now. You can leave its name as true expenses if you like that. This basically will mean that all the stuff we forget about is going to go in here. Like all the stuff that we pay for that's necessary. It's not totally like necessary, but it is kind of necessary. They kind of fall in that category, right? And you put those expenses in here. Like, I don't need a virtual assistant, of course, right? But I kind of do need a virtual assistant, right? And she's not, she or he is not someone I pay for usually monthly. It's just something that happens once in a while. So go ahead and brainstorm in this category right now. What are some things that you need from time to time in your business that you do need, but you don't need? I hope I'm like making that clear. I feel like it's the best way to explain it. Like, for example, right? They say things like software subscriptions in this category, right? So these are things that will like pop up, right? Like once a year you have to pay for the software subscription. And it's not something that you need for your life to run, but you kind of maybe do need it. Like maybe you need for your computer to be protected. Maybe you need for the subscription that you have to this other thing because it does this for you. So go ahead and just brainstorm some ideas. YNAB gives you some things that will probably come up like clothing, gifts, right? Every year we may not budget for gifts, but birthdays happen, baby showers happen, weddings happen, right? They will always continue to happen every year. Also things like medical bills. You're going to go to the doctor. Maybe you're going to have to pay a deductible. Maybe you're going to have to pay a copay, right? And now in your business, of course, these look different, but it could look like this. you need the virtual assistant, you need the graphic designer. I also like to include just this bucket, stuff I forgot to budget for. So since this is your first time creating your budget, this is a perfect bucket for you to create this bucket. Stuff I forgot to budget for because there's going to be so many things you forgot to budget for. In my business, what I actually use this bucket for. Now that I've been using You Need a Budget for about 3 years, I don't really use it for other expenses that seem to pop up more than just once. So now I use it for things like when I see a Facebook ad and someone's selling like a $27 bundle, and I'm like, ooh, I really want that bundle. That money comes out of here. Or, for me, it's always like, I love those like tripwire $27, $47 things. And that really is what I use here. I actually forgot this month to budget for what's the name of it? It is something with, it's something with the state of New Jersey, and it's something we have to pay for every single year. It's $75, and I still have not created a category for it. So I need to create a category for this because it's always something I forget to budget for. Oh, and I'm totally blanking on the name right now. Oh my gosh, what is it called? I totally forget. Someone might know in the comments. Like, you might know exactly what I'm talking about if your state does it. And it's something that I have to pay for every single year. And I totally forget what it is. It's not like renewing my LLC or anything like that. It's just something every annual year I have to pay for. Anyways, it's in there now. All right. Okay. And for you, I would create this stuff I forgot to budget for bucket for all of those things that you're going to forget. So I wouldn't make this bucket super lean right now. I would make this bucket like a good amount of money in this bucket. And I'll show you how we're going to plan for, say, the month of June in your business using this. All right. But the first thing we have to do is we have to just kind of get clear on what we are already paying for in our business. So we have the things that our business needs in order to survive that we pay every single month. We have this section, which is stuff of, I need these things. I don't pay for them monthly, but they come around every once in a while. So like I said, I hope these gave you some ideas. A virtual assistant, a graphic designer. You could buy gifts for your clients in your business. You could also have lots of subscriptions that you're subscribed to that help grow your business. Put those in there too, because maybe you're not going to be paying for them monthly. Maybe you'll stop paying for it in a couple months from now, but you are paying for them now. So let's make sure they're in your budget. And then of course, the stuff I forgot to budget for bucket, which is going to be super important for you right now. All right. So as we move down, we see YNAB has a debt category. Now my debt category works a little bit different. I have another video on YNAB categories and why I like to put them where they are in there. But again, this is our first time creating a budget. Let's not go crazy. Let's just follow along with what they're giving us, all right? So debt payments. Maybe you have a business credit card, and maybe you're paying that. So you would want to put that in there. You'd want to put credit card payment in there. I think do they have it at the top? No. Okay. They have credit card payment in here. Now here, I would also they have it up here, interest and fees, because it is something that you're paying for monthly on your credit card. If you were anything like me, you got into business credit card debt, and you actually never included interest in your budget or fees in your budget. I, for the longest time, forgot to include my credit card interest in my budget. So as I was making payments, I didn't understand why my credit card wasn't going down with these big lofty payments I was making. So this is super important. Whether you put it here doesn't matter. Just make sure it is in there if your business is carrying credit card debt. So you want to make sure you have a credit card bucket right here. You also want to make sure you have an interest bucket. All right. And any other debt that came along with your business. Maybe you bought vans for your business. You bought a computer for your business, and maybe you took it out a loan or another credit card or whatever. Make sure all of that debt goes right here. Now, quality of life goals, we're not really going to use this in our business budget, so you can just go ahead and hide that. And you click on this little arrow right here. We're just going to hide that. Now, just for fun might be something that you are going to use in your business. Now, of course, we know we can't really use it just for fun. They have to be like just for fun, business justified, right? But of course, you can do things like dining out. I definitely have a dining out in mind. I have dining out. I have new photo shoot. That could definitely go in there somewhere. I also have, what other stuff do I think that's it for fun, right? Just photo shoot, dining out. Maybe a new computer could be like it could be something like that. But I would keep this one right here. Maybe keep dining out. Maybe it's not something your business can do right now, but eventually, maybe you'd like to take, you and your assistant and the other person in your business out for Christmas dinner or have a Christmas party, right? That would be in your just for fun category. Now, the only other piece that I see sometimes this budget, the demo budget you have in front of you is missing, okay, are these investment goals. Now, I want to show you really quick also how to just delete these categories. So gaming, music, fun money. We're not going to have a lot of that in our budget right now. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click delete. Okay. I'm going to click on this and click delete. Sorry, I know it's not, for some reason it's like coming off my screen a little bit. All right. And I'm going to click delete. That's how you get rid of the buckets. All right. Simple enough. I'm sure you got it. Okay. Now the other category that I see that YNAB doesn't give us in this because it is a personal budget are things like one-time investments and investment goals. So one-time investments could be you're looking at hiring a business coach. You're looking at investing in Facebook ads for your next launch. Could be you're looking at, paying for new office furniture, right? Just something that you just kind of do once. And maybe it's once in a while, maybe it's once a year, maybe it's once every 5 years, but it's something that you're looking forward to investing in and you don't know where it's supposed to go. It's not something you do need to hire once in a while. It's not something you need to pay for monthly, but it's something you want to. And it's something that's going to get you further in your business. So I would create a category called one-time investments. And I would add anything that you've been thinking about that you really want to do in your business. Maybe you want to give an employee a bonus, or maybe you want to, like I said, hire a business coach, hire a marketing strategist, hire a funnel strategist, hire someone that it's just like a one-time thing. Pay for Facebook ads. Maybe you pay for them just once in a while. If you're paying for Facebook ads monthly, what I would do is I would move them up to this category. I would move them up here. And if you're paying for Facebook ads and that they're like the bloodline of your business, that you're going to continue to pay for them, I would put them up here. So it just depends upon how you're using Facebook ads. If you're just using them for like a launch, so you dump money into them once a year. This is here because this is a goal. Like this is a goal that we want to create for a business. We want to eventually invest in Facebook ads. We want to eventually hire the business coach. And so you can start putting money here. All right. So, and investment goals. Now I shouldn't have taxes here. My taxes should really be up here. I don't know why they're there. Okay. Investment goals, similar to one-time investments. Again, I create these categories because this is how my brain likes to work. I like to put things in here. I don't know where to put this one. This one really, I'll tell you about this one in a little bit. I'd probably put it right here. For me, that's like a non-negotiable. All right. Anyways, coming back to you. Investment goals. This to me, this is how my brain works. If for you, you could put one-time investments and investment goals in the same category. So you could move this stuff up here. You can move it up here. You can move it up here. If for you, that wouldn't overwhelm you. You wouldn't feel like there's so much more I need to invest in my business. I need to keep putting so much more money into my business. This will all come back to your financial goals, which I'm going to be doing a video separately on. Right now, I just want to set up your budget, okay? Now, this stuff is stuff that we eventually all have to pay for in our business, but, they're also like lenient, like a new computer, who knows when that's going to happen. So that's why it's down here, because we don't really know when this is going to happen. Maybe a photo shoot. That's like a fun thing we can do. And we all kind of need new photo shoots, but maybe you're going to need it this year. Maybe you can survive with your selfies for another year. So it's kind of flexible. Again, these categories, it is up to you. You want to just create an investment goals category. You want to create a fun goals category. Whatever it is for you that you're like, I want to do this eventually. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it. I know it's important for my business to build. Just put it there. Even if you're like, you're going about your day today and you're like, oh man, I would love to do this and this and this and this in my business, or I would love to be able to hire that person, or I'd love to be able to work with that person. Go ahead and create a category for that person today as you're going throughout your day today. So that's what I wanted to show you guys for today. I'm going to be doing a separate video that shows you actually how you can start planning for the month of June. So I'm going to show you how, and you need a budget. You can come over here. You can also feel free to figure it out for yourself too. And I'm going to show you how to add the money that's coming in. So if you're coming into the month of June and you already know how much money you're going to be getting paid from clients or from recurring payment plans or from just monthly subscriptions or whatever you have going on in your business, I'm going to show you how we can add those in and we can see now how do we budget for our business with the money we know we have coming in June. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, keep it simple. Just keep it super, super simple. That's all I want for you. It's like just to keep this simple, just to keep it easy. I know this seems like a lot. That's why I don't want to go any further than just coming up with your monthly expenses, coming up with the things you pay for once a year that you need, kind of don't need, right? And coming up for the things that also feel like these are goals, these are fun things that I want to spend my money on. And then, of course, having your category of just for fun. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions you have, please leave them down below. I am always learning about what is the best way to teach people who want to learn how to use You Need a Budget. And any way I can break it down further, break it down easier, make it simpler for people, I would love that. All right, guys, again, thanks so much. I am Shannon, the girl who couldn't save. And today's video was all about creating your very first business budget in You Need a Budget. Please like the video, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, do all the things. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.